Tithe? Teeth? Once again, nobody told me how to pronounce this thing. You'll just hate me. Like, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. Nothing else. It's just y'all hated me. There we go. There we go. Ah! Not teeth. Yeah, I was like, is it tithe? Alright. I was hoping we're not gonna play something that I will need to read a lot, but we already... It is... Oh, we're going... Oh. The flowers of summer shall wither. The leaves of autumn shall fall. Who knew this is gonna be a full-on, like, the weebness. I did not expect it to be weebing that hard right away. That we're gonna go and, like, immediately weeb. Okay, we're loading. Ha! Against an transient world. I'm talking right now, ma'am. We are doomed to defiance, to the eternal folly of man. And so, the winter snow falls. Let me add Fury. So people on TikTok immediately know what it is. No more winter snow. No. Only winter snow. And so the winter snow falls in red. A terrible chill hangs in the air. The seasons proving bitter, as it so often is here. On this cold day, a great throng of students slowly shuffles through the piled snow of university grounds. The day's lecture is finally over. Some gossip freely with friends, while others fawn over their partners. Most, however, stroll sadly. Thank you so much for liking the live. Hello. I can do this. Hello, TikTok. Amidst the sea of people walks one unremarkable student among many. It went without saying that I'd go to university. I was called smart, clever, intelligent. I quietly liked the praise, and saw no reason to fight others' ambitions for me. As long as people told me I was doing well, I hardly cared what I did. I wouldn't say I have a career in mind, nor any particular plan in the future. I barely chose this way of life at all. I simply fell into it. Things happen around me, like this music being very, very loud. And I followed the path of least resistance. I never considered what would happen when I had to think for myself. The train rattles and shakes as it trundles around the desolate city outskirts, the air inside stifling from heaters. The seats always fill before I get on, so standing on the awkwardly long ride has become normal by now. Sorry. Hello, Victoria! Wanted to pop. Thank you. Well, we're doing the visual novels right now, so it's basically an audiobook, so you can do that. Speaking of winter snow, I have a bunch of thunderstorms coming up tomorrow, followed by winds, potential tornado and snow. Jesus Christ! What state are you in? If you don't mind me asking. That sounds scary. What we have? We had once again another day of 90 degrees weather. Because, you know, why would we? Immediately followed by 70 degrees. All of a sudden, we went into deep 70 degrees. And we back to, like, starting Thursday, we're back to 90 degrees. And I think it's not going anywhere. We're going 90 degrees again. First half, у нас 33 градуса. Vänta kan jag ställa om samtidigt. Nas žara. You in Kentucky? Or you in the KFC where Gato and Gojo broke up? I've slowly scrolled into positive. Oh, that's nice. But that's the thing. You kind of like you go into there and it's like you have change. It's kind of gradual, and you go from like cold to warm. We just go from like cold to like hot. With little else to do, I stare out the train doors. My thoughts soon turn inward as they so often do in quiet moments. Not needing to study a day of high school has paradoxically made university all the worse. Faced with more difficult problems, and never having needed to work at understanding something before me, I found myself restless. One might turn to friends for support, but my nature seems to drive others away. I always got on better with teachers than other students in any case. The city outside becomes distant, its glass buildings reflecting a grey sky. The only color to be seen is that of the bright LED Sapporo TV tower, its wireframe girders beaming through the white snow. Yeah, I still say to friends, прикиньте, вот людей уже 30. I know! I don't like it. I don't like that that's the weather that we have. Not having traveled outside of Hokkaido, it's difficult to view life here as an objective sense. That remoteness hasn't hurt the city though, having every convenience one could hope for despite its distance from Tokyo. The snow season had brought the annual increase in tourists with it, a topic of some debate given the fuss and crowding they cause. The hotels and snowfields continue their trade though. As White Sapporo may be capital of Hokkaido, their money is still sorely needed. Cranes work day and night to build new apartments, the city's population ever rising. The bustling train station is one of the most modern in the country, a landmark of glass outside the high technology inside. Even the trains themselves are kept in an eerie perfect condition, as if every trip were the first one of the day. Sapporo never stops changing in order to keep up, as if locked in a rivalry with Tokyo's modernity. Is any of this right? I couldn't really say. Like me, everyone keeps going about their day in this ever-changing city, even as past disappears around us for modern developments, new businesses, and more money. That place now passing by the train window is where I was born, and where I expect to die. Perhaps it's fate that I live in this grayscale city, so fitting it is for someone like me. Elotes deliciosos. So I have outside the elotes deliciosos. The walk from station to my house is thankfully much shorter, though the idea of selling it and getting an apartment closer to school is something I've considered more than once. Having passed the local cemetery on the way, I enter. Having slipped off my shoes, the patter of feet on wood echoes about as I enter spacious living room. A flimsy plastic bag carries dinner from the nearby convenience store in one hand, while the well-worn messenger bag for school remains strapped on my shoulder. Guys, how's the sound? Is the like, because I know that for me music feels a little too loud, but I'm not sure how it is on stream. As my eyes adjust to the light, a familiar unease comes over me. The unease of true solitude. A haunting silence hangs in the air, the room's size only magnifying the effect. Few things provoke this unsettling feeling so deeply as an empty house which shouldn't be. With my money largely going towards university fees and keeping the house, most of the rooms have been neglected. The table before me might appear a stately wooden construction, but the lie is exposed by the veneer having flaked off the corner, exposing cheap particle board. I'll go to a furniture store and replace it sometimes, I think to myself as I hang my coat and bag.
Excuse me, I really don't care.
Fuck you, Mothman. Of course, sometime is vague enough that I can rationalize away that time never coming. With my foot quickly growing colder, the house itself being little warmer than outside, I settle myself down on the cushion. The air soon fills with the studied and monotonous voice of a television news presenter as I begin to eat. The lukewarm set meal is, for better or worse, consistent in the way convenience store food usually is. The same goes for bitter green tea, which washes it down. Occasionally, a click of chopsticks is what serves to punctuate the uninteresting news report, the woman's voice rattling off the details. Mori! What are you doing? I am reading a visual novel here. What are you doing? Let me let her out. No? Yeah. You want out, go out. But don't ask to be back. Don't terrorize me when you let out. Maybe I'm not gonna be that loud right now. Okay, I'm back. I don't think we're gonna hear your call. I think you. Okay. Mothman, stop! Stop bullying people. Jesus Christ. It's not easy with you. You're such a bully. Okay, I'm back. An occasional click of chopsticks is all that serves to punctuate an uninteresting news report, the woman's voice rattling off the details of another traffic accident from the snow-covered roads. A routine day, much like any other this year. My attention is beginning to drift from disinterest. My eyes settle on the cardboard box to the side of the table. I have hardly considered throwing it away, but like most, I decide to use it for storage. For what and when, I hardly know. Guys, if you don't have a plastic bag full of plastic bags, what are we talking about? It still has the shipping label attached now that I look at it. To think that one thoughtless order of an otherwise nondescript book from some secondhand store would change so much of my life. The idle thought confirms my plans for the evening, putting myself to work in order to calm my nerves. I turn off the television and sort the remnants of dinner into burnable and recyclable trash. 500. Thank you, Mothman. I think what helps also if you share the live, even with non-existent accounts. I have no idea how the algorithm on TikTok works, so it works in mysterious ways. It is a better app, but you shouldn't say that. If you're gonna say the T word, say the purple side. So there's a clock side and there's a purple side. That's kind of how it works. With that, I take a long breath and head to study. Even as I walk up the stairs, I become acutely aware of the sensation from the bandages in my left arm, now a permanent reminder of this grim pastime. A lavish room is revealed as I enter, the musty smell of books and old furniture hanging in the air. The haphazard collection of antiques and oddities is a result of year-haunted local antique stores and online marketplaces. It suppresses an algorithm if you say other platforms. That's like fun fact for you. Something, anything, to take my mind off what was happening around me. Whoa. My eyes moved down to the floor. What started as pleasant, dark wood is now blighted with remnants of dried blood. The stains run deep, no matter how hard I've tried to clean it. The sight going unnoticed by anyone else is one of the few advantages to living alone. Stepping around the faded remnants of chalk between the wood panels, I stride over to my desk. My laptop full of translation notes lies to no one side, while a time-worn leather-bound book lays open on the other. It's likely the oldest objects for many miles around, and treated accordingly. Ooh. Assorted notes on the nature of blood magic. The title alone made me curious, a curiosity which soon developed into obsession. Before long, that obsession turned from intellectual to the practical. With some... Didn't like that sound. Oh, that's fucked up. Yep. Hey, I read you the description. I read you what this is gonna be about. I carefully leaf through the pages. The words of the author, Isabella de Morra, speak across the ages as I scan the page. Translating the Italian text has been slow going, not helped by its archaic form, but what progress I have made has yielded good results. Back from... welcome back to the purple side. Rather, it's been my body which has slowed me more than anything else. Looking between the floor and book several times, I attempt to visualize the patterns needed to replicate Isabella's experiments. The glyphs and patterns are strange and complex, more than one attempt ending in dismal failure. Realizing I've begun to draw this out to avoid the necessary pain for as long as possible, I set the book down as its opened page and set about the preparations. Taking a piece of chalk from the pile of seemingly unrelated items on my desk, I kneel down and begin to retrace the intricate plans detailed in the book's pages, every so often standing to consult the sketches I'm using as guides. There is an odd beauty to the intricate patterns, slowly appearing on the floor. One oh my god, my brain! One concentric ring is followed by another, mysterious symbols and figures filling the spaces between them. Isabella's process of experimentation and discovery, the result of great mind imprisoned by her family, has begun fascinating to uncover page by page as my translation progressed. Trying to replicate her results would soon prove even more intriguing. Slowly but surely, the detailing comes to an end, and last of the lines meet. Coming to my feet, I set the chalk back down and set about the more distasteful side of the process. It's gonna be the death of me. Hey, what about both? Oh, we have a hand with a cut. That's uncomfortable. My heart racing. I pull up my left sleeve to well above my elbow, revealing my blotchy cream-colored bandages stretching down a good portion of my arm. There's a strange feeling in keeping something hidden despite being surrounded by oblivious others. Little by little, I unravel the dressing, leaving enough at the top of my arm to avoid its falling. As the skin beneath is revealed, one dark red line after another blights the pale flesh around it. Some have already scarred, soreness and itching reminding me of their presence. Jesus. There's just Greek alphabet written around the pentagram. Oh yeah. Reaching to the desk, I take my knife in hand. me change that it's mature content. Save. Yeah, thank you. This makes me uncomfortable. The blade is nondescript by choice, bought along with random items I didn't need to avoid arousing suspicion. Bringing it to my arm, I hover above a spot below the lost cut in hopes of not interfering with his healing. My heart begins racing as the knife settles against the skin. The sound of my breathing is maddeningly loud as it reverberates around the room, becoming ragged. My knuckles whiten as I clutch the knife's cold metal handle in my shaking palm. I dearly hope this inhumane act against myself would become more natural, but even now my instincts scream at me to stop. Instinct isn't so easily snuffed out. As the moon's light glinted off the coldly utilitarian blade, I pressed the tip of the knife to the side of my arm. In one practiced motion, I overcome my body's pleading and force myself to slice the blade across. Pain lances through my body and mind, the gritting of my teeth, the only thing stopping my painful whimpers from escaping. The tool's job's done. I throw it to the ground and clutch my arm tightly. Dark crimson fluid seeps from open wound, soon flowing freely down my arm and over my hand. Crouching down, I put myself to work and put what attention I can from the wound. Putting my hand out before me, I straighten my index and middle fingers as thick, warm blood begins to drip from them. Trying my best to minimize my nervous shaking, the chalk outlines turn red as I trace them with a slow but steady pace. I have to take this carefully, I remind myself. My body can't afford to do this often, every attempt meaning days of recovery. I'm already weak, and the winter's efforts hardly help. At the last of the white chalk turns to wine dark red, I stand once more and glance about. The moonlight reflects off the flash blood. A slow trickle still drooping to the floor from my arm. A certain dissonance strikes me between the massy red spatters strewn across the floor and the intricate Byzantine patterns they form. The panic thought of this being some descent into madness briefly passes my mind. What madman, what crazed murderer could stand in such spectacle and think themselves sane? Rather than fear such thoughts, I would treasure them as I close my eyes shut, the confirmation that I've not yet lost my mind. I can steal this from the outside. I'm still human. As the book says, I concentrate on imagining the symbols and patterns around me in my mind. My emotions begin to shift and ebb, my nerves somehow becoming swept along in a strangely calming sensation. Ooh. As if caught in a river, my thoughts begin to flow. Rather than fight it as I first did, I allowed the slow and uneasy trickle to take me, surrendering to the movements in my mind. Some are pleasant, others horrendous, but all prove fleeting and impermanent. To respond to concerned parent about security expectation, therefore it's so good. Aww, that's cute. It's okay. Your baby's in good hands, okay? Not if your baby is 20 years old. Your baby then can take care of themselves. What was a river soon becomes a torrent. Undefinable memories and concepts become an abstract and indistant. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, all merge together in a surging rush. All physical sense of my body long gone as every emotion pours through me at once. In a swirling and flowing mass, the bedrock below it all begins to sway in a swelling flood. My sense of self nudges and rocks at first, held by the deepest roots. Yet, little by little, against the surging blood, I become a lesbian. This is how you become a lesbian, by the way. This is the ritual that we do. Just so you know. The soft grass gently presses against my cheek, the dew of early morning contrasting with the sun's warmth. My eyes slowly open, but my body feels too heavy to move. Far from being unexpected, it's now a familiar feeling. Дух русской... Нет, дух немножко... Это бесконечного лета. Well, there are a few junior skaters unsecured, and to be honest, they mentioning of certain things she was right to because no, makes sense, makes sense, 100% makes sense. Well, good, Mothman, you finally get an. This is edutainment. Is that how it's called when it's like entertainment and education at the same time? My mind too dull to do anything more. I silently watched the flowers before me gently sway in the breeze. Oh my god. Time to die. While birds squawk in the far distance, it's all so different and so warm. As if wakened from terrible long sleep, I wearily pick myself up and my senses slowly return. Edutainment. There, yes. No, you're correct. I was like trying to specifically remember what it's like. I wearily pick myself up and my senses slowly return. A cloudless blue sky hangs above, which the lush green of the unkept forest surrounded me. It's so idyllic. Hey, okay. Telegram? Nobody asked you to, I did turn you on. Telegram? You don't need to beep at me during the stream. That's rude. Goodbye, Telegram. Here, there is no bright red tower piercing a sullen sky. The world which stretches out before me couldn't be farther from the hustle and bustle of the city I've left. The warmth of spring and its many scents confuses my sense, jarred by the shift from the cold winter's night I left. The only blemish on the scene is a column of faint smoke from workshops in far distance, peaking above the tree canopies.
魔法が成功した。
Can I do the anime voice? The magic worked. I thoughtlessly say the words to nobody in particular. The nature of what I've done no less surreal to me now that the scant few other times I've successfully managed it. Unfortunately, my senses returning to me also means that pain is among them. I just see how difficult my portable chair is to put together in this way. Oh, what kind of chair you have? Bareback. Okay, gotcha. I quickly set about rebinding my bandages, lest anyone here see the scars now disfiguring my forearm. Groaning, I focus on making sure they're done tight and firm before fixing the ends once more. Maybe you shouldn't hurt yourself. I know, crazy concept. Oh, well, please don't hurt yourself, guys. Oh. As much for myself as any other, I roll my sleeve back down afterwards. Let me do this. To avoid temptation to look. Adjusting my glasses and dusting myself off with an uninjured arm, I set off towards the town ahead. Where are my lesbians? The town of Sapporo. An empty horse-drawn tram. So we moved in time? Horse-drawn tram trundles along past my field of vision. The steed's hunchbacked owner patiently letting it trot along at a leisurely pace. He pays me little heed as they pass, the clatter of hooves blending with the sound of passerbys. The shadows are small. This is literally бесконечное лето. But like instead of Soviet Union, we moved to 40s Japan, I guess? The shadows are small, so it must be around noon. The flow of time here always throws me off. And I so often do when I come to this place. I find myself just watching, strolling through as if in a daze, caught up in observing this strange and foreign world. Yet this foreign feeling world is also strikingly familiar. For reasons unknown, the magic I've been attempting, transference, that reliably transported me here. When I should be in some other country, I instead arrive at the same location but a century ago. The strangely dressed newcomer soon lost her novelty to people here, few giving me as much as passing glance as they go about their day. Words can't express how glad I am for the attention fading. Perhaps I should be glad it's the Meiji era. My modern clothing will be just another strange dress to them. Some of those walking before me mix Japanese and Western fashion styles even now, to varying degrees of success. A couple of children run by, happily chasing one another along the street. It all feels so different to the grayscale photos and dry documentaries about the Meiji era, or about history at all. The people here feel alive and varied, from the dour to the cheerful. Dour? Wait, is it us? No, it's not us. It's somebody. It's a girl. My idle stroll comes to an end as I search my unusual destination. Outside the kabuki venue stands the brightest person here, happily seeing off someone she's been chatting to before noticing my arrival.
あら、またいらっしゃったのね。お
I
帰
see.
りなさい、浅川さん。
Hey, I see we have a visitor. Welcome back, Miss
こん
Asakawa.
にちは、安江さん。元気そうで何よりです。
Hello, Lady Yasue. You look well as
前にも
always.
言ったでしょ、安江でいいって。せめて一人くらいは堅苦しいこと抜きでおしゃべりできる相手が欲しいの。
Do you guys want to read subtitles yourself for for them talking? Because I was like, I need to wait for them to finish and then I can say my stuff. I've told you before, Yasuo is perfectly fine. I'm glad to drop the formalities around at least one person.
じゃあ、
Then
私のこと
just
も
Hanako is
ほの
alright
かって
too.
呼んで。
Despite my best efforts, I willed before her sunny disposition as usual. I'm hardly even able to make eye contact as I mumble my reply. Yasuo takes the comment in stride, her cheeks hinting at a smile hidden behind her fan. This is the character for Camilla. Bisexual trap. The white hair, like, look at this, perfect. My arm suddenly aches from my wound, causing me to reflexively reach over and clutch it. Such pain is a constant reminder of the cost to get here. The tithe is a normal person has to pay to mimic the magic afforded to mages. True mages, such as Yasue. Her magic is no less amazing to watch now as I first saw it, with mages so few in number in normal world, and those that do exist keeping a low profile. I'm in some ways blessed to meet one who uses their abilities so openly.
大丈夫？
Are you alright?
大丈夫。
I'm
少
fine,
し
just
疲れただけだ
tired.
から。
Damn. Accepting my waving off to her concern, Yasue turns to begin walking, casting a glance behind her to invite me. I quickly skip up alongside as she begins to slowly stroll the streets, stealing the occasional furtive glance at the woman as we go. While she's a pretty person in general, I've never quite been able to place her age. I may be terrible at guessing such things normally, but it's her hair which throws me off entirely. I call it bleached white, but it looks natural despite her youthful face. Finding myself self-conscious, I run a hand through my bangs to neaten them. Before adjusting my glasses just so. I'm not particularly good at things like fashion, but for this one person, I want to put some kind of effort.
どこへ向かっているの？
Where were you headed?
特に当ては
Nowhere
な
in
いわ。
particular. The day's performance is over, so I thought to have a stroll to wind down.
一緒に過ごせて
While I
嬉しい
appreciate the
わ。
company, do tell me if you're tired.
疲れたらすぐ
I'm
に
well
言って
aware
ね
you try to hide it, but I have noticed the toll this adventures take on you.
無理をしてここに来ている
She
の
does her best to take the remarks as gently as possible, but her point is made. I've been hoping she wasn't troubled over such things, but it's hardly the first time she's seen right through me.
何もかも夢みたい。
It feels so surreal.
札幌の
It's
街は
hard to believe this is how my own city looked a century ago.
遠い未来の
I'm sure we all must look rather quaint to someone so far in the future.
どうしたの？
What brought
急
on
に
this
考え
line of
込んで
thought?
何でもない。
Just thinking back to when I first arrived here.
あの時のほのかったら
You were a little lost
迷
kitten
子の
back
子猫
then.
のようだったわね。
Not quite the image of who I thought
この
might
世
find
界を
this
見つけて
place.
くれたのがあなたみたい
Yusa
な女の子
punctuates
だ
her
った
observation with
思いも
childish
しなかった
laugh,
わ。
raising my spirits. As we head onto the side street, Yasue stops to greet friendly hauler walking by. The man happily begins to chat as he adjusts the yoke across his broad shoulders, sacks of goods tied to either end. Not wanting to intrude, I let my thoughts drift back once again. I stumbled upon it in the grips of terror for some time, wandering into the town, knowing nothing of where I was or how to escape. Nearly frozen in fright, I slinked along the side of the streets, onlookers struck by bizarre clothing I wear. How fortunate I was for some children to run and fetch Yasue. When she first caught sight of me, I wondered which one of the two of us was more surprised. The sense I was of a different time than the others, and took me under her wing without a second under her wing, if you know what I mean. Even now, I still feel like her helpless kitten. Oh. She doesn't know the scene in my world which led to this first journey, though. I wonder if she thinks differently of me for it. As the holo shuffles off and we start walking once more, Yasue speaks up. Few of the conversations are started by me, though she seems unperturbed by this.
最近はどう？
How have you
平和な
been?
生活を
You
送って
spoke
い
of
ると
life
言って
being
いたわね。
peaceful.
平和
Peaceful? I suppose
So.
so. Things are largely the same as ever.
帰宅して
I go to school, come
夕飯を食べ
home,
て
eat dinner,
寝
and
るだ
sleep.
けの安江は
As for you,
この世界は
this
札
world
幌
only
だけで
contains Sapporo and its
札幌の
people,
人
right?
しかいないんでしょ
Yasui nods solemnly. I dislike reminding her of the fact, but I have only the most vague understanding of such things.
昔、私
We
た
were
ちが
sealed
この
away
世
all
界に
those
封
years
印さ
ago.
れた時、
This world
ここ
became
は
an
不正の世
unchanging
界と
one.
なった。
That's all it will ever be
私たち
for
にとっ
us,
て
I suppose.
と言っても、
Well, until
あな
you
たが来る
arrived.
まで
Imagine my shock to have someone from the
長い
real
歳
world
月を経
arrive
て
for so long.
現実世界から人が来た時は言葉に
She
できない
giggles
ほど
once more,
驚いたわ。
smiling to herself at the memory. How easily she laughs off her own past awkwardness. The first impression I had of Yasue was perhaps the expected one. So many photos blend together of people in formal outfits now. I'm sorry, but... I'm sorry, mommy? Mommy? Stiff poses and stern, serious faces. While they may try to humanize history in school, there's only such museum trip a classroom lecture can do. Preconceptions would be dispelled in moments. In so many ways, she juxtaposed her ladylike properness with carefree spirit. Her hair is lavishly cared for, yet flows freely rather than being tied up. Her speech is archaic and uses long, obsolete words, only for her to chat naturally and openly. She dresses traditionally, yet gestures wildly and wears her emotions on her sleeve. I know full well I'll be going over every conversation we have in my head for days, if not weeks to come, angsting over every misstep or hesitation, and overthinking, oh my god, you're such a main character of a visual novel. You such a little baby. Yet Yasue will do no such thing. Everything flows off her. It's graceful in a manner, albeit not quite in the way expected that would be used for someone of an era barely past samurai and daimyo. I don't know what's
がっかりさせ
daimyo.
たらごめん
Sorry, I'm uneducated.
私にできるなら
Sorry if I'm a
あなたを
disappointment.
この世界
If I
から
could
去って
save
く
you
ださ
from
い
this world, I would.
あなたは偉大な
You may
魔
not
術
be
師で
able
は
to
ない
be
で
a
しょう
grand
けど、
mage,
知
but
り合
I'm
い
glad to
本
have
当
met
に
you.
嬉しいと思っているわ。
Perhaps it's for the better
こ
that
の
the
世界
first to
に
come
初めて
here
来
would
た
be
のに、
someone like
む
you.
しろほのかのような人
Not
でよ
knowing
か
how
ったわ。
best to react to her praise, I bashfully look away. My driving desire to be complimented is one of my uglier traits. I can only hope it's one of the few things Yasuo hasn't perceived of me. I soon realized I've begun rubbing my arm out of anxiety. For all her praise, I still feel as I'm telling a lie by omission. How would a mage react finding that one before them is some regular person mimicking their abilities through such methods?
一つ聞いてもいいかし
May I
ら。
ask you a question on the topic?
答えたくなけれ
Feel
ば
free
無
not
理
to
なく
answer if you
言わない。
prefer. Go ahead.
ほのかはおい
How
くつか
old are
しら。
you? I must
あれ
admit,
ほど
you
の
seem
術を
young
使
for a
う魔
mage
術
of this
師にして
skill.
は随分お
The
若そう
jump on
ね。
the topic forces me to think over the answer for a moment. What is it gonna be, fucking 16? I swear to God, if we are gonna find out the protagonist is 16, I'm gonna kill myself. I will not. It's a joke. But it stands. I can't will myself to tell the truth when she gives such convenient excuse not
少
to.
し前に
I
二十歳
turned
になったばか
20 a
り
few weeks ago, I think.
ということは、
So you haven't... She trails off before finishing her sentence, her expression concerned. I'm left at the loss of words, only growing worse at the spark of realization brightness her face.
安江
Yasue?
来て、
Follow
後
me,
悔はさ
please.
せないわ。
I promise I'll make it worth your while. Once again, I find myself working to catch up with the cheerful woman. She says that she's cheerful. So far, I haven't seen her being cheerful. I only hear about her. Like, she didn't... Come on, crack a joke. Do something. dim lamps struggle to illuminate the tables around us. The izakaya's air filled with chatter of patrons and heavy scent of tobacco. With liquor flowing freely and so many in the tight space air taking on a distinctly muggy feel, many of animated faces around us flushed in a bright red. My gaze rests on the waitress, skittering from table to table, dainty feet and sandals tapping quickly to keep up with the pace of the orders. It's a little uncanny. Everything about the experience is so close to a normal restaurant, yet just different enough to throw me off. As always, I do my best to avoid accidentally catching the eye of anyone in particular. Yasuo does no such thing, instead looking at me with an unindulgent smile.
どういうこと？
I'm not sure I
私の
understand.
誕生日祝
Is
い
this
な
for
ら
my birthday?
こんなこと
It's
して
really
く
no
れな
big
くてもいい
deal.
のに。
At this, Yasuo makes a show of pouting.
ほのかはいつ
You
も
never
そ
let
う
me spoil you.
私も
Oh,
あな
we
たの
have
ため
a
に
we
何
have a
かし
sugar
ようとす
mommy.
ると遠慮するの。あなたの世界には素敵なものがたくさんあるでしょうけれど、
I know your
たま
world.
にはこちらの世
You
界
know,
を
let me
堪能
spoil
して
you.
ちょうだい。
I know your world has many lovely things, but I'd like to treat you to at least once. With that, what we have to
遠
offer.
慮してるわけじゃないわ。
It's not like I mind. It's just
大将、
old
こちら
man.
のお嬢さん
Some
に
local
地
beer
元
for
の
this
ビール
young
をお願
lady,
い。
if you please. The man beyond the counter, as yet unseen, yells out in agreement with a hoarse
ちょっ
voice.
と待って。
Wait, I mean, I'm still 20. I haven't even tried drinking
な
yet.
らちょうどいいわ。
And what a better time to
今試して
try?
みましょ
Oh
うよ。
no. I easily give up my protest in the light of how happy she is to be treating me like this. I had been too shy to fumble my way through dealing with the bar, and I wouldn't know what alcohol would be good to start with in the first place. Our drinks arrived quickly, the old man, perhaps the owner, personally bringing the bottles and glasses to our table. Yasui doesn't notice my confusion and she stops to pull out the cork in each. Even I know these usually have bottle caps. 40 cents, thank you. Yasui quickly obliges, passing him 2 odd silver coins. This is the first time I've actually seen sen being used. Regardless, the man cheerfully takes them before hobbling back off past the curtain. I had taken her for a beer drinker, but she's clearly looking forward to this more than I, as she gives an eager smile. Oh. She's just like a little... God damn it, I wish there was an English version of Piva Zavr. It's so hard. It's hard being bilingual when you know so many memes in different languages. Life sucks. Trying to paper over my confusion, I quickly take one of the bottles in hand. Supporting it in one hand and tipping with the other, I gently pour the amber liquid into the cup, now held by my senior's delicate, spindly fingers. Yasui returns the gesture soon after, an inviting thick foamy head forming on the glass I cradle. The calmly bubbling beer gives off a floral scent, a sharp contrast to the mess of crimson which brought me here. The smell of blood now uncomfortably familiar. Beerosaurus? Oh my god. Fear Staff, you're a genius. Did anybody tell you that you're a genius? Because you're a fucking genius. Yeah, this is a journey of Beerosaurus. Of course, it's not as funny as Pivazavar, but Beerosaurus... Beerosaurus Rex. I love it. A smell of blood now uncomfortably familiar. Ah, I clicked off. I peer over my drink to Yasa, her gaze patiently gauging my reaction. Perhaps it's my distrust of others or my own anxieties causing me to overthink every gesture, but I find myself unable to painfully accept what should be a kind gesture.
こんなことしてもらっ
Is
て
it
本
really
当にい
okay
い
to
の？
treat me to all this?
私
I feel like I've done
安井に
nothing
何
for
もして
you,
あげ
but
て
you
ないの
keep
に。
treating me so nicely.
安井、
あら、自
You
分の
don't want to
誕生日を
celebrate
祝
your
いたくない？
birthday?
うん
No, it's not that at all. It's just...
ただ
I had expected Yasui to defend herself. Instead, she stares at me intently, as if examining an interesting specimen before her. Maybe this is no different to how we've been interacting this whole time. Another of her elaborate plays, but this time without script to hand. Each of us left to take our cues from one another, judging and moving in steps with one another. As a particularly rowdy patron gives a boisterous laugh beyond us, Yasui smiles and closes her eyes in
ご
defeat.
めんなさい。押し付けがましかったかもしれない
Gomenasai.
ね。
Perhaps I've been coming on too strong, I apologize.
新しい方が来るなんて。
I spent so long without new company that I was...
いつかあなたの
I am
失うか
slightly
もしれない
terrified. that I might lose you at any moment. Of course she'd been scared. She's been sealed away for so long, everyone here has been. That I'm important enough to Yasuo for her to feel that way about me. Even if it's only by circumstance, it's oddly nice. It's been so long since I felt needed by someone. At least I can do it is appreciate her generosity and kiss her.
これからもでき
Then
る
I'll
だ
make you a
けここに
promise.
来る
I'll always keep coming
この
here
世
and
界
as
は
often as I
タイ
can.
ムカプセルみたいで
I mean that as a
学生として
student as
も
well.
興味があるし
This world particularly a time capsule of history after all.
そういうわけだから
So please share
飲もう
this drink with me,
私の
not for my
誕生日
birthday,
のためじゃ
but
な
to
くて
agree on that promise.
二人の約束のため
A
に
smile is enough of an answer. The pent-up tension in my body releasing. An odd sense of purpose sparks inside me. The first I've perhaps felt in my life. With that, we both lift our glasses to our lips and take a long sip. Next thing I know, we wake up in her bed. In the end, I only had a few sips of the bitter stuff. Thankfully, Yasue was only too happy to oblige in drinking both our bottles, and a couple more besides. It seems the taste of alcohol will take some getting used to. Those... I was going to say Americans, I was like, she's not American, those Japanese. It's so crazy for me to... Like, it's one of those things, like, a culture shock when I moved here, but I was like, oh, y'all didn't taste alcohol until y'all turned 21? You didn't even try? I don't know which one is better. I am low-key, as silly as it sounds, I low-key do believe that, I was like, I don't know, have, like, trying it, as a teen is better, because, like, then you just kind of go, you go off the rails, you go crazy at 21. Like, kind of everyone in their teen years for me, everybody did drink, everybody did party, when your body was much, like, your body was just better at processing alcohol. So there was, like, this thing of, like, by the time you turn, like, 21, you already retired from partying. So I was like, whoa, you just trying alcohol for the first time, damn, you sheltered. Of all the images I had of a lady from the Meiji era, the joyful carousing woman skipping beside me is one of them. As she gives me a slightly uneven smile, I offer a polite
あ
bow.
りがとう安江
Thank you, Yasue.
今日は楽しか
Today's
っ
been fun.
たあんまり飲めなく
Sorry
て
for not having more. Drinking will take some building up to.
今度
If I
飲み
can
たくな
muster
った
the
ら
courage to have another,
喜んでご商売
I'd
に
be
預かりま
delighted
しょ
to
う
join you if you do. Perhaps it's the drink, a simple tiredness, but I find the corners of my mouth lifting just a little. I wonder if the stupor will last in the real world now that I think of it. The passing through only reminds me of the greater lie. Perhaps it's genuine honesty after hearing her own, or the drink making me less inhibited, but I wanted to. Yes!
安江
There's
伝えたい
something I
こ
want
と
to
があ
tell
る
you. The reason I can't help you
私が
escape
あなたを
isn't
こ
just
の
that I
世界
don't
から
know
出して
how,
あげられない
it's.
魔術師じゃない
I'm
か
not
ら
a
よ
mage, Yasue, not like
あ
you.
なたと違って
I'm just
私
another
は
person.
でもなら
But if that's the
どうやって
case,
この
how
世
did
界に
you. As I glanced about at the people going about their day around us, Yasue senses my want for
こ
privacy.
ちらへ
Come, follow me. Privacy. Sorry, I'm like, and by 21 you get bored. Exactly, by 21 you're just done. You kind of retire. Because like when I moved here when I was 19. So and like all my friends here were kind of my same age. So going with people to their 21st birthday and everyone's finally like going crazy and finally going out and being able to drink and all that. And I'm just like, I no longer interested in that. But I also feel like when, you know, at the time when your body processes alcohol better, I'm not saying 13 just in case. I'm saying 17, 18. Maybe even like 16, maybe, depending on the person. It's just easier to go through this bullshit of like trying bad alcohol. And it's easier to get this mindset of like actually enjoying it for like relaxing flavor, not being too overly dependent on it, let's call it like that. It's definitely one of the things that's like I was like I guess myself like in my like teen years, like I, you know, we all did, like, at least for me, like in Russia, we all went to like the cheapest store, got the cheapest cocktail, you know, drank that, felt horrible after that, never tried it again. Or tried a couple of more times and like, you know what, if I can afford and get myself a good drink, I'd rather do that. So by the time I'm 21, I'm no longer interested in just the fact of drinking. Like, there's still, like, you want to go out, maybe, like, you know, get a, like, as we do sometimes, the, oh my god, what's the name of it? I think it's, like, Korean wine. Not sake, like, Korean thing. You want to get that, like, you want to just, like, when you going out to eat, maybe you want to get a drink. You don't want to go, like, let's get yourself, like, crate of vodka and get drunk. Like, that thing is in the past. That's over. We are done with that part of our lives. Let's go back to the game. After a fair hike well beyond the town's limits, we arrived at the edge of the forest surrounding Sapporo. There's a peaceful serenity to this place that I've yet to find in my own world. Soju, yes. Like, you want to do soju from time to time. You want to do that, kind of like to actually enjoy it. Not for the experience of getting fucked up. Because you definitely, as a teen, that's the thing. You're like, I want to drink for the experience of being fucked up. And now I'm like, okay, it's time. We can chill. It's okay. Like, we can drink for the, like, for it being tasty. Like, the biggest thing, I was like, I might enjoy in some places being like, maybe I want to be a little tipsy. More than that, no, thank you. That's too, no. Please tell me what's worrying you. However, whatever it is, Honoka, I accept it. The fact she cares should make me feel happy, but it stings my heart so. She doesn't know. She couldn't know. Taking a long breath to steady myself, I look down in shame and pull my left sleeve upwards, tug by tug. Before long, the bandages show. The length chased further and further up my arm, and the beige gauze discolored by blotch of bright scarlet. Fresh blood has pooled by now, the wound still proving sore, but my sleeves drags over it. As I dare to look up at Yasui, the woman wears a mournful expression. It's striking compared to her gentle demeanor. What have you done to yourself? I'm not that sure of how it works, to be honest. I found a book which someone wrote a long time ago about how a normal person could summon magic like mage does, by second nature. Somehow, I'm not sure of the mechanics. It lets me do things like this, but needs my blood to work. They call it blood magic. In Italian, anyway. Blood the magica. No, I'm not. And hello. Welcome. Okay, dokie, portable chair works. Hell yeah. What kind of portable chair do you have? Because I had a couple of different ones. I have the like kind of a chair, like, you know, the lawn kind of chair, and I do have one of those that kind of like a desk, and you open it and it's like a stool. It's not really a chair. There. Those are the two that I have for work. Somehow, I'm not sure of the mechanics. It lets me do things like this, but needs my blood to work. They call it blood in Italian anyway, yeah. Blood the magica. In response to my fast-paced explanations, her eyes close. I can see the gears turning inside, the connection between my general frailty and rapid exhaustion when visiting now plain. Honoka. I know what she's going to say next. Neither one wants to hear the words. It's not as if I'm dying or anything. It's hard on my body, I can admit that. But for this, please, Yasui, I want to keep seeing you. She thinks for some time before giving a heartbreaking smile of defeat. I can't very well force you to stop, can I? I'd rather she have scolded me without any further... We have a doomed Yuri on our hands, guys! Sorry, I'm trying to... So to see her, she sees her blood. This is like, oh my goodness. That's the lesbian culture, guys. And any of you wondered, lesbian culture is doomed Yuri. You might think it's something else. No, it is doomed Yuri. That's what we have. That's our culture. It's like chemistry. I got 2 parts, the seed fabric and the frame. Oh, that's nice. I think it might be a little too big for my work. Because I have like a camping chair, but I don't use it because it's a little too big. And I'm a little, what is it called? I'm a little embarrassed to use a big chair. I don't want to, like, I don't want to take a lot of space. I'm a little stupid bitch like that. um,
ほのか、自
Take
分を
care of
出
yourself,
す
Hanukkah. I'm glad
あ
to
な
have
たと
met
知り
you.
合えて
You have
どん
no
なに嬉し
idea
いか
how so, but
わからないでしょう
please
ね
don't do anything that would risk your
でも
life. Do you understand?
え
I
心配
understand.
させてごめん
I'm
なさい
sorry to have worried you. She glided over to me. As I scuffed my feet on the grass in angst, I noticed Yasuo's shadow moving near. By the time I look back up, my body freezes at how close she's come. Without a word, she reaches out with those long, dainty fingers and grasps the corners of my glasses, subtly evening their position on my face. With that, Yasui steps back and smiles simply.
そういうのはね
That's what the
私たち
elders are
援
meant
助
to
者がする
do,
ことなの
silly.
かおバカさん
Her point made, Yasuo's smile slowly wears off. The time to say goodbye draws near. When the next visit will be is difficult to say, but the fact it will come is certain. I'm not sure if it imagined or not, but I feel Yasui became more comfortable with the fact. Understandable for a mage seeing their first visitor in 100 years.
お大事に
Take care, Honoka.
ありがとう
Thanks.
またね
I'll see you again. Oh, they didn't even kiss. She bled and didn't kiss. Hey, well, you need to understand that we're not the same person, okay? I'm trying to like I'm wondering if not like the person who showed out the 9S. I wonder if they were disappointed by hearing that I'm not. My head presses to the hardwood beneath, its hard, cold surface rousing me. Bleary opened my eyes. I let myself stay in place as my senses slowly returned to me. The smell of musty books, chalk, and blood plays in my nose. The sun making an unpleasant concoction. My body feels impossibly heavy. The stupor seems to be gone entirely, lost to the world I just left. But the experience of transference takes a heavy toll on my strength. I was looking for Leon's candidate. Yeah, like Leon women is dorkers, not mine. Forcing myself to stand, I staggered to my feet with a hand on my desk for support. I had before. Let me see. Studio mode memes. Because I don't think I use it anymore that much. I think I stopped working. I disconnected it. Do I still have it? Because I had women. That was the one that I had. Yeah, I guess I deleted it. I don't have it anymore. Because I don't see it in my memes. Hello, not true, no sleep. Every day I wake up embarrassing, some point in to upgrade your PC. Yeah, because I had from Little Women, there is a moment of the... Did it work? Did the cat... Oh, it didn't work. Do it again. I think it's... Yeah, I have that. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think it called for a gift that doesn't exist, unfortunately. Like it didn't pull it up correctly. Also, hi Yuffie, how you doing? There we go. That's me. That's me. I'm the cat at the computer. Not the same. I find myself unable to do anything. How are you doing, Yuffie? But stand idle in the cold, empty room. My tired eyes stare blankly over the window, the moon's dim light reflecting off the bare branches of winter. Silence hangs in the air, moonlight illuminated motes of dust floating in the evening's darkness. My head feels empty, no matter. Yes. Simple exhaustion, I tell myself. With little desire to do anything else, I begin the walk to the bathroom before settling in for the night. The floor still bears the scars of my work, the book which started it all laying open amid a disorganized desk. I'll get some cleaning supplies and wash off some of the mess, I think to myself. Some time. We have video. Let's go. Is it trailer? I think we finished the demo. I might actually even play it, not on stream for myself. I feel like playing visual novels on stream is a little too hard. I'm a weakling. I cannot do it. Suriko, you did such a good job, Suriko. And Kabuto, you also did such a good job. Her design, 10 out of 10. Doing good, thank you. Working a website, so watching you in the background. Hi, what kind of website? Unless it's a secret. Shh. I'm good. A little on the tired side, but I have been tired for a while now, I guess. Kindness super better than. Oh, okay, cool. I've been working a lot. I'm doing a rebranding for stream, so I'm working on a lot. Yeah, like visually look. Oh, we have more. Damn, look at that. Look at her. Oh. Sorry. I'm a simple gal. I'm like, oh my god, we have doomed Yuri on our hands. Not just any Yuri, a doomed fucking Yuri. Yes. Okay, wait, whoa. It's supposed to be a demo. How long is the fucking demo? Okay, wait, how long? I thought that was it. I thought that was. Wait, I just wanna. I wonder. Okay, we had an hour. This demo. Yes, I want to quit. This demo is a little too long at this point. This has been an hour. It's been an hour. What is this demo? Or is it like first full, like the whole first act? That's a little too much for a demo, mind you. Let me see. So I want to see, like, did the game come out? Why my Steam works like trash? Is it just me? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a lot of fun. As I said, maybe not for stream. Is Steam down? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Steam is down. If any of you wondering if Steam is working, it's not down, but it's like very slow. Looks like it. Steam community service unavailable. Yeah, it's not doing well. It's like, am I the problem? No, it's not me. Oh, thank you for the lurk. Yeah, go sleep. Good night. Good night, fear staff. So let me show you guys. I was like looking at this, I was like, look at them. Yeah, I was like, is there more characters? I love her. I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her, but she rar. Oh, the game already came out. Okay, the game came out. I might. Okay, let's add to wish list. Once we're gonna go on a sale, I might play it. Oh, we're gonna do some Yuri fun. It might be not Yuri on Ice, but it is Yuri. I'm gonna do. There's an ad coming in 3 minutes. I'm gonna take a little break to get some. Wait, there's. Wait. It's not their first game. What other games did they do? So everyone's like, it's like the classic Studio Alone. I was like, wait a second. I need. Oh, they did Please Be Happy.